All right, we got a good show coming up. Let's see if there's anybody. We got some people watching. Don't forget to load some comments and ask some questions for our guests tonight.
A little bit more at the bass, please. A little bit more bass. Thank you.
Facebook user says, hi all. I don't know who that is because you didn't give us permission, but Jody Collins is there. Say hi.
Hello.
Bill Hayes says hi.
What's up, Billy boy?
Great second show here tonight. Get your questions ready. Four minutes.
Hey, could I just switch over to live comments?
Yep, top.
Oh, all right, there we go.
Somebody says hello to me, but I don't know who it is.
Facebook users, if you come up Facebook user, you please. What was the directions for them, RC?
Go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and click that you will give StreamYard permission to use your likeness. Then we can see who you are.
Yeah, because you're anonymous right now. We don't know who you are.
So far, Bill Hayes and Jody Collins are the only people I can see the names of that are in the chat lounge.
So you got us up on YouTube right now too?
Nope. Good idea.
What?
Look at you.
You didn't do it?
Fox Valley, right? Fox Valley, right?
Did you get it?
I'm getting it. Hold on.
Jeez. Oh my God, we got to get a new engineer. One that knows how to drive a train straight.
He gets there.
You think? I don't see anybody watching from YouTube right now.
We have 7 people on. We have 2 people on Facebook watching now. Jennifer Galloway, hello. Jody, hello.
Switching over to the XP Midwest Studios. Switching now.
1 minute. All right, let's have a good show, guys. You ready, Dave?
I'm ready. Give us a countdown.
Countdown to show open.
3, 2, 1. We are live. Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm Dave D. He's RC Dunn. You are in the zone. We are in the XP Midwest Studios. The show is brought to you by XP Metal Detectors. XP, leading the way in innovation. My co-host tonight, just coming off hand surgery. So let's give the big fluffy a big rousing aww. What's up, Mr. RC Dunn?
How's it going? I got tired of that digging hand going numb whenever it's holding the shovel.
You call it a digging hand, but we know what that means. Digging hand.
Yeah. Anyway,
so how you feeling?
A great show. I mean, it doesn't hurt as bad anymore, but I'm ready to go out. Len's got a bunch of permissions.
You be able to push all the buttons.
I'll be able to push the buttons. Thankfully, it's the left. I had the right done a couple years ago, so
yeah,
it's not the dominant hand there.
Beautiful. So let's not milk this with your little hand surgery thing. What's on the docket tonight?
Well, we've got 3 prominent women of metal detecting going to stop by and talk to us tonight.
Nice.
We're going to see what happens when ghost hunters and metal detectorists come together for some good cause and some good video. And finally, we got our winner from our ORX. Troy is going to join us tonight.
All right. It's going to be a great show.
It's going to be a great show. But first, what we got to do? We got to go to commercial so people can see what's going on. So we'll be back right after this.
Hi, I'm Cameron Macer from XP Team USA. I wanted to drop in to tell you about our new store. Go to www.xpteamusastore.com. Here you will find our official team hats, t-shirts, both long and short sleeved, hoodies, jackets, and even shorts. Lots of good stuff here, folks. Proceeds from the store will help us continue to give away great prizes from our many contests, and we thank you for your support. Now back to the zone with RC Dunn and Dave D.
Well, thank you, Cameron, for that beautiful advertising. Hey, welcome back to In the Zone. I'm Dave D. He's RC Dunn. This segment is brought to you by Miss Lou Detectors. Contact John DeVille on Facebook for a sweet deal on your first or your next XP metal detector. All right. Now we are joined, coming up right here in about a minute, we are joined by 3 very lovely, fine ladies of the metal detecting community. From XP Team USA, Miss Sonya Harshman. Sonya, how you doing?
Hello, doing good.
Treasure hunter extraordinaire, Carlotta Brandenburg. There she is. All right. And from the Garret team, Miss Gypsy Jewel.
Gypsy,
how are you doing tonight, ladies? Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you guys coming on. Let's get right to it, ladies. As metal detecting continues to grow and more women are getting into the hobby, the scales are seemingly starting to turn in your favor. So why do you think it took so long to get more women in the hobby? And what do you believe the key factors are of the shift? Carlotta?
Oh, I'm not sure what took so long. I think there's been little pockets, at least from my experience in the gold prospecting field, there's been women involved. Usually it's easier if they have a partner that's already kind of involved with detecting and treasure hunting or a group that they can go out with. Because sometimes it's not always safe to go out by yourself as a woman compared to a man. So I think that's been a big shift with more people getting involved, bringing their families, and the wives are getting in and enjoying it, and girlfriends and such. So it's with more group hunts and group events and it growing in that aspect, more women feel safer and are having more fun out there hunting treasure.
What about you, Sonya?
Yeah, I agree. There's definitely a whole lot more women getting involved here lately. It's just growing every day. It seems like there's more and more women. So I love it. I mean, I do. I wish it was all women.
Hey.
Kind of fun.
What do you think, Gypsy? What's the big factor in your mind?
Well, honestly, I think women have been kind of in the background for many, many years. I started 22 years ago.
Yeah.
And when I first got started, I helped start a metal detecting club. And I was brand new to the hobby and helped start a metal detecting club, opened up a metal detecting store right from the beginning. And I noticed when I first started the club, I was the only woman there. And then soon you started getting more and more women and seeing more. And I think a lot of them are just kind of in the background. And I think now with social media, we're able to see a lot more that there's been a lot of women in the hobby all along. It's just that they've kind of been in the background. It has been considered more of a male predominant sport, if you will, for a while. And it's good to see more and more women stepping up and leading, and great to see people like Carlotta and Sonya. It gives other women a little hope to step up there and get out there and do more digging amongst the men and stuff. So it's good to see the numbers start to rise.
Was there ever an underlying intimidation factor? Did you ladies ever feel that when you first started?
I don't know who's going to go first. I guess me. Yeah. Sometimes in the very beginning, because I was in the gold prospecting, so I was learning sluicing and detecting and working the equipment. And sometimes when you're just with a group of men, some of them are real welcoming and really want to hands-on help you, and others are kind of like, oh, old school, go make coffee and then come back. So I would say it's been a big change. There's been men that are enjoying the women coming in and want their wives and girlfriends and family in there. So it's definitely not as bad as I think it used to be at one point.
I think Sonya's been drinking a little bit, that she just fell off her chair.
No, I'm good.
We're allowed to drink on the show.
Gypsy, did you feel any kind of intimidation at all when you first started? Because now you ladies are pretty predominant in the hobby. You go to events and most people know who you are now, but when you first started and you wanted to break in, and you also you had this dream to be on a team, a major company, and now you are. But in the beginning, was there anything underlying in there that kind of slowed up the process a little bit for you? Chips? Can she hear me? Did she freeze?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
So for me, I think in the beginning.
Go ahead.
In the beginning, it was a little intimidating because a lot of, unfortunately, a lot of people or men were thinking, oh, can they dig this hole? Can they dig down a foot deeper? Or, may not be as strong or something like that. Can't keep up out in the field and stuff like that. I think there is a little intimidation for some women getting started. Because we are looked on as the weaker sex. And I think at first it can be intimidating for women sometimes.
Yeah, I know with Sonya, she keeps me in check. So she's really intimidating to me. So I'm afraid of her. So I'm
someone
sure she
has
no
to do
fears. It. Yeah.
So you guys, what influenced you to begin with? Gypsy, I know we were talking the other day about how your grandfather and dad would take you out doing bottle digs and things like that. Do you think that helped you kind of just the fear of picking up a metal detector? And I guess to the other people, to Sonya and Carlotta, did you have that same kind of growing up? Did you have somebody that at the very least took you out and had you go out and look for stuff, hunting, fishing, or what made you guys kind of take that next step?
I always went camping, fishing. I always liked the outdoors, and it just seemed I worked outdoors. I worked as a systems technician for the phone company for years, so I was out there with the snakes and bugs and what have you crawling around. So it was pretty easy to take the next step and crawl around in a hole looking for gold or bottles or any kind of little treasure. It's just fascinating. It's like a little archaeological dig, and I just find it fascinating. But I didn't actually, my mom did a little metal detecting on the beach back, more than 20 years ago in my 30s. So she kind of had a little bit of the bug, and then I just jumped right in. But we actually never went metal detecting together until she moved to Texas in the last, 10 years. So it's kind of exciting.
Sonya, what about you?
Well, I really just got into it like 5 years ago, I think. I never had any desire to do it. I moved to the place where I live now, and there was a home there. There's a log cabin there from 1861. So that's what got me interested in it. I knew there would be stuff in the ground, had no idea at all what I was doing, and joined a local metal detecting club, and they really helped me out, especially a few in particular. I mean, they showed me how to read plat maps and everything. So I'm thankful for them. Yeah.
Do you think that the whole gender thing is kind of swung back to and not being a big deal? I mean, Sonya, I know for a fact you get invited all the time to go hunt with groups of guys, and Gyps and Carlotta, I assume the same thing is with you. Do you think that, you know, at least maybe we're, as a metal detecting community, got past the whole gender thing, and we just like to hunt with a bunch of people?
Yeah, I definitely think so. And I get, you know, Gypsy too, we get invites even here locally with the little club, or someone will say, oh, I want to go out for the day. Do you want to tag along? And it's really, and I've got offers, you know, on the East Coast, which, oh, I want to go so bad. Just open up all the flights. I think it really has opened up. A lot more people want to come dig and want to invite you. And it's just so much fun. The personalities, the laughs, I mean, you're just covered in filth and dirt. Gypsy and I, you know, obviously been covered in dirt and filth together, digging in dumps, and it's just such a good time. So I guess when you're happy and enjoying it, and the enthusiasm kind of is catching, so then other people want to play too. And I don't know, it's just, I got off on a tangent. It's awesome.
Well, you're all influencers, so it's a lot easier for to get invited because people know you, they want to hang out with you, but you're not the norm. So you have the average lady that wants to go out hunting. As influencers in the hobby, how what would it take to bring more women diggers? I mean, what can you advise them, or what would you say, and how just to bring more ladies into the hobby?
If women want to get more involved, join your local clubs, get online, even on the online groups. If you don't have a club locally, get on Facebook. There's so many groups where you can start chatting with people. You can see where there are group hunts going on. Go to one of these awesome group hunts and get to know people. And then once you kind of start meeting face to face, and then you get friends in common, you network. It's just networking, just like any other job or hobby. It's all networking. And the more people you start to meet and get out there, even on your own, the more it accumulates, and the more places you get to go have fun.
And I want to add, if you invite people to come hunt with you, they will return the favor, and it just grows and grows and grows, and you get a bigger network of friends doing that.
Yeah, so, Sonya, you can come stay with us. Gypsy, you can come hang out with us and dig in the down.
Love to. Love it.
Gypsy, you're with the Garret team. What is some of your responsibilities for them? And Sonya, I'm going to ask you the same thing. You're with Team XP, and Carlotta is just a free agent. But what are your responsibilities for the Garret team?
Well, I think right now we're testing out the brand new Garret Ace Apex, and that's what I was out doing today. Got my first coin with it. So I'm doing some videoing, photographing as I'm going. I actually dug a Civil War eagle eye button today, a little cuff button, and I did it live. It was really neat. I had someone there videoing for me. My friend that was with me, he was using an XP Deus, by the way. So anyway, we had fun. It was exciting to dig my first coin and my first relic with that machine. And so right now, that's my biggest responsibility. I think number one, as any representative, just like Sonya and Carlotta, she represents too, because she, even though she's married to one of the major team members for Garret, and but people look up to her as well, and she's been testing out the Apex as well. So in that sense, she's a major influencer with Garret, and I know she's used other machines as well, but mainly I think is also, like you said, influence others in the hobby. And I think it is important for us women to influence other women. And I like Sonya's idea too, and about inviting friends out to hunt. No matter what machine you're using, what brand you're using, get out and have fun and enjoy it, because that's what life's about. It's too short. You got to get out there and have fun, enjoy it, no matter what machine you're using. Yeah. So I think it's more important to put out there that it's about the camaraderie. It's about saving some history.
Sonya, you're with Team XP. You have a lot of responsibility. I probably put you through the mill. One, talking me off ledges but what does how do you feel about being on this team, and what do you think to tell the people what some of the major responsibilities that you have?
Well, I love being on the team. You and I talked about it a few years ago, actually, or probably a year before it even started. I was all about getting on the team. Probably my number one thing that I have to do is keep all you men in line. I'm the only female. You guys are always just doing all kinds of goofy stuff that I have to take care of. But other than that, I don't know. I mean, I do a lot of stuff on Facebook. I try to keep the group interactive. I talk to a lot of people. I try to always just, be available to answer any questions on the messages I get. We go to group hunts and things like that. And I agree with Gypsy. Networking is such a big deal, and not just because we're on teams, just to have fun. And it doesn't matter, like she said, what detector everybody uses. Just go out, have a good time, and have fun. That's the main thing.
Speaking about machines and things like that, what do you look for when you're purchasing a machine? So if you can recommend, and it doesn't matter what machine you use, but what are you looking for? The look, the feel, what it can do for you?
My number one thing with field
I'm a lady. Can I dig with you guys?
Oh Lord!
You got a pretty deep voice, ma'am.
I mean, hi.
Who is that pretty girl?
I knew he'd make a cameo.
Dave likes ladies with Adam's apples.
Oh, that's so wrong.
Glad you guys are having fun. Just thought I'd say hi.
All right,
Hey.
hi, Timmy.
You're not going to get that necklace back, Carlotta. You know that.
No, I'm not.
You need
Speaking of keeping guys in line, right?
So
we have one question real quick. Gypsy, did you find that button in Texas today, or where did you?
I did. I had to drive almost 3 hours to find that button. So it's north of me, and I was hunting on a property. There is a historical marker at the front of the property. The guy that helped me get permission, he's done a lot of historical research in the area, and there were 3 old log cabins on this property. And this particular cabin, I actually spotted it. I just saw kind of a lot of scattered rocks and a pile of rocks in the area, and I said, we need to go check that area out. And it turned out that it paid off. So there's not, we don't have the 1700s type finds here. It's pretty much 1800s, mid 1800s, and till now. So that to me today, to dig that Indian head penny and that Civil War cuff button was just I was very excited, to say the least. So.
Those are good finds.
Those are. Hey, since we all, like I said, we all hunt different
Never
machines. We all use different machines. What, ladies, what would you say, just as a generic, is a good, what's the one thing you look for? Is it the reactivity of the machine? Is it the tones? I mean, we all have our brands, but what's something that, you know, is a good thing that somebody new to the hobby should really take a look out for? We'll start with Carlotta.
For me, I actually had just had one of my quilting clients call because her and her husband wanted to start metal detecting, and we're asking questions, you know, about the Apex and different machines out there. And in some instances, it's ease of use. Every machine will have its own tones and sounds and ranges. So of course, even switching amongst the different machines within the Garret line or XP, I'm going to guess each machine sounds a little different, tones are a little different. So you have to get used to that. So I don't initially say, go to this one because it sounds good. I was actually recommending something that would be a little easier for them to, as a starter machine, to jump into and learn and get out there and start having fun and not feel extremely frustrated by having a machine that was too complicated for a beginner or, you know, too high in the money bracket for someone who might get frustrated. So I look for ease and weight. I do like the little lighter weight machines. That's me. So
most of you guys are dealers too. So yeah. Sonya, what about yourself? What do you get questions out about a lot?
What do I get questions for, or what do I look for?
Both. Yeah. What do you look for?
What I look for would be separation would be number one for me. With being out in the fields, you know, they're just full of iron everywhere. I have to have that separation or I'll miss tons of stuff. So that's number one. The weight, lightweight, that's pretty important to me too. So
Gyps?
For me, I get asked all the time, you know, and I know Sonya does because we do the Dickers Den sales team now together. And we get asked, you know, hey, what's a good beginner machine? Or a lot of times, so many people want to go out and buy, they think the most expensive machine is the best machine. And that's not always the case. What I always try to tell people is, where are you going to be hunting? Are you going to be hunting fields? Are you going to be hunting parks? Are you going to be hunting rivers? Are you going to be hunting beach? So to me, I think it's important to know, you know, what type of hunting they're going to be doing first and start there. If they've ever even tried a metal detector. So I always usually go to starting out, like Carlotta had pointed out, something easy to get them started to where they're not paying a lot of money off the bat, because, you know, so many people have those closet detectors that they've used them a couple times and then they've collected dust, you know, in the closet after, you know, they went out and dug some pull tabs and got discouraged. So that's what I usually try to tell people, especially starting out. But for me, I'm with Sonya there and Carlotta. I like something with great separation. I like something lightweight. The older I get, I want something, you know, these muscles aren't as good as so I think that's important. Definitely the separation. And I think with technology today, there's so many different machines on the line, you know, so many different machines to choose from that I think we've got a great choice, you know, like with the double D coils, and then you can get all technical with them, you know, and well, you can use this coil with this and this coil with that. But I usually just start out with a beginner machine so they're not breaking the bank, and then go from there.
With the lockdown, shutdown, wherever you want, stay-at-home orders, did you find it difficult to stay away from metal detecting, or did you guys were able to sneak out a little bit and get some stuff done?
There was a lot of sneaking out here. There was a lot of sneaking out. because I don't think our state was as severely locked down as some others. And even when I wasn't able to go out because I'd had major surgery in the middle of February, Tim was sneaking out all the time. So yeah, we managed to sneak out quite a few times and get out there. But we're going into places not with groups. It was just a couple of us, Tim and I and another friend or two, and we'd go out digging around or surface hunting or whatever we were doing. So yeah, we snuck out a lot.
I know Sonya got out a few times. Actually, we did some detecting together, and we're going to I'm going to head down to see her to detect the Winchester Asylum this weekend. So that should be fun. Yeah. Gypsy, did you sneak out too? Were you bad? Good?
I actually was a very good girl.
Oh,
it was hard for me.
It's because she hurt her ankle and she couldn't go out.
So I stayed home basically today was the first time I really got out, and I haven't been in a car in forever. I've been having everything delivered, including groceries. I live near a major city, so lockdown for me and I knew some people that had got the COVID and were hospitalized. So for me, I took it very serious. I did stay at home. I did other things. The videos that I uploaded on my YouTube channel were all old stuff. I ended up using footage that I hadn't used for 2 years. I had some old footage that old that I used. And I finally did get out in the neighborhood and discovered an old rock wall by doing some exploring about 3 blocks from me, and found a neat place. And then I ended up twisting my ankle. And so I had to stay home some more. So
right, 1, 2, 3.
Today was my first road trip.
So you weren't supposed to go. You didn't have plane tickets with Sonya to go to Virginia to hunt for the weekend. So I think we get the awe moment because we were going to go on a really good hunt Sunday night.
Well, okay, so things are getting a little bit better. Do you have plans for events or digs coming up?
Yes.
Carlotta?
Yes. In July, we're actually going to be in the Carolinas, near Topsail Island for Tim's dad's 85th birthday. So we'll be spending a week out there. Pretty sure we might be hunting a few beaches and a few other places. And then if everything still is opening up properly, we're planning on spending a month of August in Australia. So yeah.
Wow.
So Australia for a month, and I'm going to pop over to New Zealand for a few days.
Just pop over.
Is this for gold hunting or just?
Yes, gold, any kind of treasures. We do it all over there, but we're probably going to try a little gold this year. The last time we went to Australia, I found a gold tooth, but we weren't out prospecting. We were mostly just relic hunting.
You found that in a bar, outside a bar?
Yeah.
Are you guys doing any kind of scuba diving for treasure?
Since I had surgery in February, I can't scuba dive yet. So we're not going to take all of our scuba gear to Australia this time. So it's a little disappointing. I have to wait a few more months before I can start diving again.
Well, what do you use underwater for
Sea hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's what we have.
So do you have that little hand one, and that you guys are?
The little one I've seen out there. No, I don't have one of those. We just use a sea hunter because usually we're not shallow. We're pretty deep, and that's all we've used is a sea hunter. We haven't really branched out on too many other things. I would like to try a couple of those other little gadgets I see out there, and then I get distracted easily in the ocean with creatures going by and turtles and what have you. So sometimes I'm not very good treasure hunting in the ocean. I get distracted so easy by all the little shiny things.
Sonya, you have any plans? I know we have some plans, but you're looking forward to it?
It's not Australia or New Zealand or nothing like that, but we're going to go to Detecting the Heartland hunt. We're going to be doing that. Hopefully what's that?
When's that hunt? When's a Heartland hunt?
Rescheduled for Labor Day.
Labor Day. Labor Day weekend, the 5th and 6th. So we're going to go to that, and hopefully RC and I get back over to Virginia sometime this year. Yeah, fingers crossed. And Digstock, obviously, we're going to go do that. So, and wherever else you send me, that's where I'm going.
All right. Gyps, what does Garret have planned for you? Huh?
Well, I'm hoping to get to go to Digstock. Last year we went to Pound the Ground, and I got to meet Sonya, and
Yep.
Carlotta was there, and we all got to dig and have fun. So I'm hoping to go back to New York, and we'll see. I know Garret had the big Charles Garret Memorial Hunt planned and had to postpone it. So hopefully that'll be rescheduled soon. Maybe in the fall as well. So other than that, no big trips yet. Usually go to Florida in July. And that's kind of up in the air right now to see how COVID's going. And I know the beaches are just now starting to open up. So.
All right. All right, guys, it's that time of the show. Last minute plugs, and then we're going to thank you for coming on. So first I want to start with Carlotta. She's in her creative cave down there. Besides detecting, you are quite the creative person. So what do you have going on besides detecting that you want to plug?
Oh, well, obviously I'm an art quilter. I quilt for a living, but I've been watercolor painting lately. So I've been taking little online classes and painting watercolors. I get a real kick out of it. It's something I can do that isn't too stressful, and you don't have to think too hard about it. And so I love making art, any kind of art. I collect rusty things and just have a ball. I just love anything, photographs, and oh yeah, I'm very eclectic.
Gyps, what do you got in store? What do you want to promote?
I don't know. I'm an artist as well, like Carlotta. And I used to actually teach art and instruct art. That's what my degree is in, actually, is art, fine arts degree. So that's kind of my side thing, is paint and draw and things like that. But kind of lately, that's been put on the back burner. I have to be in the mood to create. So other than that, I love to bottle dig and do all the other kind of magnet fish, all the other kind of things when I'm not detecting like that.
Where can they find you?
And that's about it.
Where can they find you?
Zero Discrimination channel. And also I started a group, Zero Discrimination group. Hop on there. I'll be doing some giveaways soon. So.
Sonya, how's your watercoloring going and your quilting?
Oh my gosh, I am so not creative. I'm not artistic. Not me. Wish I was, but no, I just got that new shed cabin thing. I'm all about the outdoors. That's me. I'm outdoors all day long, every day. So that's what I'm going to be doing this summer, just insulating and getting it all ready for winter time. So hopefully I can stay out there in the winter, because that's my plan.
All right, ladies. Well, appreciate y'all coming on.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
I hope to see you in the future somewhere, some event, and then we can finally meet in person. I know I'll see Sonya in
Lucky you.
a couple more days.
He's thrilled.
Yeah,
I'm thrilled.
You see, we're talking about going to New Zealand and stuff, and you get to go to Indiana. Woo!
Hey, it's all an adventure. I want to go to every state. I just want to go everywhere. I want to go everywhere at least once.
Yep.
All right. All right, ladies. Thanks for joining us. We'll
Thank
see
you.
you. Thank you very much for joining us. Take us out, our
Bye-bye.
All right, welcome back. I'm Dave D. He's RC Dunn. You are in the zone, and we are now going to be joined by Troy Nocon. Nocon? How do you say it, Troy? How do you say your last name?
Nocon.
Nocon, who's our grand prize winner of the XP ORX. We had a big promotion giveaway, XP Quarantine USA, and he was fortunate enough to win the ORX. How you getting along with it, Troy, with the ORX?
Doing good so far. It's definitely a learning curve, but every time I've gone out, I found something new. I found a silver coin the first time out. I found a Civil War button my second trip, and a Civil War bullet my third.
Go ahead.
So what was it like seeing all those names slowly be removed from the wheel, and then it got down to you and IB Neil?
Gosh, it was nerve-wracking. It was so my heart was beating so hard. I couldn't type on my phone. It was very exciting.
Now, we mentioned earlier, talk about the ease of use. You went from a different model to an XP product for the first time, and you've already been out hunting with it, and you found some amazing finds. So just to kind of quash that whole notion that you have to have a PhD to use an XP, you got down right with the ground running, didn't you?
Absolutely. In fact, I think that if I was completely new to metal detecting or very novice in it, it would have even been easier, because I think a lot of the things that I'm having issues with is just because I'm kind of stuck in my old ways or my old tips, so to speak.
Yeah, we just got a word out from Ryan Chick. I used to call him. He just wanted to say congratulations to you. He was one of the losers. His comment, congratulations, Troy, from the loser, according to me.
Sorry, Ryan. There was when you were spinning that wheel, there was one point where you actually called out my name as being out, and then it just passed the line on the wheel.
Yes, that's Dave. Dave was with the premature calling of the name. So yeah, you got to watch him sometimes. Hey, Steve Finner has a question. What were you hunting with before the ORX, just to give people an idea?
Mine Lab CTX 3030, and I love the machine. I've been using it for 8+ years. But it's really starting to take a toll on my shoulder. After a long day of hunting, I couldn't sleep because my shoulder hurt so bad. So I really needed a lighter machine. The weight of it was really causing me damage and making it so I couldn't go out as often as I wanted to.
The person who lost to you says, congratulations and go get that loot from IB Neil.
Yeah, it was down to us too.
Well, Troy and IB, you guys are like big time winners. XP quarantine giveaways. You won a few times.
Got a hat. I got a T-shirt.
Yeah. So you're a lucky man.
What's your overall thoughts of the XP team? Are you glad to be on board? Is it we try to keep it pretty lively?
I was glad to be on board even before I had now an XP ORX. It's a great group. Everybody's very friendly and excited to share their finds and answer any questions that people might have. I actually got somebody into detecting about 2 months ago, and I convinced them to go with the Deus. And so they're in the group as well. Owen. Hi, Owen.
Well, Troy, thanks for taking the break on a Tuesday night to share with us your early finds, and we hope to have you on again sometime. And we can't wait to see what you're going to have on the Facebook page. So keep out there hunting and have a good time with it.
Definitely like to give a better review after I really got the machine down. Put a couple dozen hours on it at least.
Awesome.
All right, Troy. Thanks for coming in.
We'll be back after this.
Back. This segment is brought to you by the XP Team USA store for all your XP team and XP metal detectors apparel. Visit us online at xpteamusastore.com. Okay, their team, the Fox Valley Ghost Hunters have been featured on Coast to Coast AM in numerous paranormal magazines. They have co-authored the book Archives of a Ghost Hunter. And next month, you can catch them on the Travel Channel's Destination Fear. Here's a clip. All right, looks like it froze up a little bit there. Can you hear me? RC,
Yep.
I'm back. Okay. All right, we are now joined by Craig Nyring and Melissa Clevenger from the Ghost Hunters of Fox Valley. Good to see you guys again. Thanks for coming on the show, guys.
Good to see you.
Yep. So, Craig, you're the founder of Fox Valley Ghost Hunters, and Melissa, you are the team's lead investigator. So what are your roles on this team? Craig?
My role basically is to I'm founder of the team. So I have investigated like different locations.
We're getting
there's
like echo feedback.
Echo. Yeah.
Or so you getting the feedback?
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's because they're just sitting so close together, but we'll be all right.
We can move away.
Yeah, why don't you guys split up a little bit here so you guys don't interfere with you guys' microphone. All right. Try it again, Craig.
Okay. I started basically the team back in 2010. Still bad?
Same thing. We're getting too much feedback.
Melissa, can you mute your microphone while he's talking, and then back and forth maybe?
Yep.
Let's try that. Boom. Okay, Craig, go ahead.
Better? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I can talk now. I started the team back in 2010. My role of the team is basically to find haunted locations and different businesses, like the clients' houses, as well as different places around the Midwest to do investigations. I also pretty much get our team into different locations that most other teams don't get into.
So, Melissa, as you're the team investigator, what is your role as an investigator? What do you have to do? What are you investigating?
So basically, I'm the lead investigator, and I work right alongside with Craig in all aspects of the team and investigations. We do many dimensions, from conducting private investigations for people, giving tours for the public so they can investigate with us. We have TV shows, podcasts, speaking at numerous events. I do everything along with Craig.
Well, I know the last time we saw you a couple weeks ago, some strange things were brewing. So let me just set the stage. We were invited by Craig and his team to Wisconsin Rapids. That was Sonya and which is the home of the First Ward School. You know what? We should bring Sonya in for this one because she was there. Can we get Sonya back in here, Hersey? There she is. All right. So, Melissa, tell us a little bit about the school and Justin, the new owner.
Absolutely. So First Ward School was completed in 1896. The bricks for the 17,000 square foot building were made on site, and the classrooms were painted with watercolor. The Freemasons built the school, which you can tell by the architecture in the attic. In the later years, the school had students up to the 3rd grade who were taught by nuns that lived on site in the attic. In 1979, the building was abandoned and later bought by Justin Livix and his family in December of 2010. Justin lives in the school along with his spiritual occupants, who he says are Betty, Oscar, Miss Holiday, Mike, and perhaps there's many others who occupy the space with him.
So Sonya and I were brought in to find trigger items. Craig, could you explain what a trigger item is and what do you use it for?
Trigger items are used in connection with like different investigations. Like say we do a haunted asylum, and sometimes we'll use like balls for like trigger objects to see if the kids will play with it. So basically, it's anything that we can get spirits to interact with and stuff like that.
All right, Sonya, we were digging in the yard for pretty much a day and a half. We found some pretty cool stuff. Do you remember a couple of those items that we found?
I know I found a pendant and I think I found a child's shoe buckle, and you found a cross, a silver cross. What else we find?
I think we got a nice big axe head and some railroad ties, which was, I think the Freemasons just threw all their garbage out in one area because we found just a plethora of railroad ties just all over the place, and there was no tracks around there, so we couldn't figure that one out. So we took these items and we gave them to Craig and his team, and then we went into sort of a lockdown investigation. Can you tell us a little about that, Craig?
Yeah, we basically pretty much locked ourselves in the school in a sense. Nobody else could get in. Of course, we had COVID going on, so we all were kind of inside the school. So we did an investigation kind of based on some of the objects that you guys found.
Leslie, is there certain objects that I know this is one of the first times you had metal detectors on property, but is there certain objects that you think work a lot better? Is it something that you're glad to find the items, or is there other stuff that hits better than other items, or how does that work?
We actually had some really amazing items with this. There was the cross pendant that Dave said he found, and since nuns lived in the school, we did get some equipment responses with that, and the axe head had a few responses. So it was actually really cool to see that the spirits in the building were interacting with what they found outside.
What are you laughing at, son?
I know you.
She laughs every time she sees me.
I'm actually laughing because when we were up in the attic and all that stuff going off, half an hour before that, Dave was just all like, this ain't scary and I'm not going to be scared. And when we were up there and all that equipment started going off and his battery died, if you guys remember, Craig had to walk him down to his truck to go get his batteries because Dave wouldn't walk down by himself. I'll never forget. That was hilarious.
Let's paint the scene. So you were up here in this room, in this attic?
Room, sitting around a table, and they had the trigger items around all their different types of machines, and we'll go into stuff that they use. And they just started going crazy. Lights were going off. And then my SD card just like ran out. I'm right in the middle of this, and I go, okay, I got to get another SD card. And it's like 2 flights down. And it's like, I'm not going down there by myself.
He says out loud, I'm not going by myself. And Craig says, I'll walk you down. So Craig walks down with him. Oh, it was funny.
But
you'll never live that down.
The trigger items really did the number, because this is probably, you mentioned to me that because we found these and we were able to use them up in the attic, that it really caused some disturbance up there with the spirits.
Absolutely, yeah.
So what is some of your encounters with spirits that you've, physical or noises or audio?
Pretty much everywhere we go, I get a lot of EVPs. So that's basically when you have your voice recorder, voices we don't hear with our own ears. A lot of times you'll get voices on there. And as Dave and Sonya know, we get a lot of bangs and noises throughout the room and different equipment that interacts when spirits get close to it.
So Craig, what is some of the equipment that you used?
Well, we
have a REM pod, and it's basically a device that has a antenna that comes up out of the top of the device. And anytime anything with any type of energies of anything, or if they get close to the REM pod in itself, it will light up in a bunch of different colors. We also use voice recorders to capture voices that we can't hear and other things that are happening around us as well. Then we also have different other types of meters like EMF meters and stuff like that. A lot of fancy little items that will light up if there's spirit activity and make noises.
Yeah, one of my favorite pieces that I actually got to use was the infrared light. It was pitch dark. You switched it on, you can barely see anything coming out of it. But when I looked into my camera, the room looked like it was just completely lit.
That's actually the light on that is actually called a dead light, and there's one particular company that makes it, and it's an amazing light. You can see if we go out to like an outdoor investigation like Summer Wind, which has a bunch of like dwellings and stuff, or the ruins, you can see everything, even the pine trees in the distance with it. So.
Now, you guys have written a book. Now I'm going to put that on the screen right now, and I want you guys to talk to us about the book. We'll start with Melissa. What's it like writing a book, and what can people find out in this book?
So this was my first book to help write. Craig's written a few. It was really exciting. It was able to tell our experiences, what I've had through my life too, and all the different places we've been, and telling the history of the places, things that happened there, and just kind of the whole experience of ghost hunting. And
Craig?
Yeah, this is actually my fourth book, so for me it's been a journey just in the writing books. It takes a while. Each book that I write takes about a year to write, and then you got the proofreading, you got the editing, you got everything. This one, our book should be out, I would say, in a couple weeks here. The other three books I have is Archives of a Ghost Hunter Volume 1, Wisconsin's Most Haunted Volume 1 and Volume 2, and then now another, the History Press wants me to write another book for investigations in the Fox Valley and in the Fox cities.
So do you think this is kind of like a match made in heaven here? Pardon the pun. You've got ghost hunters and metal detectorists. You may not find things in the ground, but they may be really good trigger items. Is this something that you guys have thought about beforehand? And how did that all come about?
Well, it was interesting. You just it popped in my head. I'm sure the other people had the same idea, and I contacted Craig. We had lunch, talked about it, and 4 months later, I went down to check out the school and did some video of the school, and we're working on something now. Just kind of it's a hush hush kind of a thing, so I really don't want to talk too much about it. So thanks for bringing it up, RC, and putting a jinx on it. But I
said it was a match made in heaven. I didn't say anything about it.
Anyway, so let's get off that subject.
All right, we have a question. How's that? Let me ask.
Okay, go ahead
and do that. IB Neil asks, so can spirits follow an item from spot that it was found, or they confined to the main area or the spot that they hunt?
You read that again because I'm confused.
Do the spirits follow an item? So if you find an item in the ground, can they follow that item into the house, or are they confined to the area that you find the item? If you find something in the closet, are they always going to be in the closet? If you find something out in the backyard by digging it, are they going to hit in the backyard, or do they follow the item where you guys are at?
Haunted items, the spirits can pretty much go wherever they want. They kind of got, in a sense, free will. I've been able to investigate certain locations and have the same ghosts follow me from location to location. So I could easily imagine that if they're attached to a certain item, if they're around that item, they can easily find where it's at in any location that you're at.
Melissa, you got anything to add?
I agree. I mean, they can be anywhere. If there was something they loved in life, I could definitely see them, coming to us when you find that item to let us know that they're there.
So you investigate a lot of different areas in the Wisconsin area, but you go all over, and you actually give tours to guests to come in and stay overnight. What is that like, and how many people do you invite, and how does that work?
Our place right now, we started last year, is the Sheboygan Insane Asylum. And we were the first team to ever investigate there and the only team that has access to the location. We have been doing investigations. We have pretty much 26 dates planned out for the summer, and each night it's 30 people per group. So we split into 2 groups and then 2 different groups through the night. So that's 60 people a night that we're taking through.
Now, Dave, Melissa said she may be able to get us out there.
Yeah, I would like to, but there's a couple things that we have to button up first, and then once that happens, then we will come out.
I'm only a couple of states away. Why it's always got to be Sonya and Dave all the time?
Sorry, I can't hear you, RC.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
we were going to come to in Iowa. Was there a school out there that you guys?
Yeah, the Farrar School, correct? Yeah.
So you guys get around.
Now I have one more question for the guys. Sonya's mom is scared to death that she brought home a spirit, and my mother always tells me that if I find something really personalized or something, not to bring it home because I'm going to bring home the ghost or the spirit with me. Is there any truth to that, or should I be scared to death if I find like a bracelet with someone's name on it, a metal detecting, or can we all just blame this on Sonya?
No, you should be scared. No, just joking. I think if a spirit, does follow you, maybe there's a reason. We never really have bad experiences. Usually it's always good. I think that, they were people in life and we have to respect them after. And that's kind of what we do, is educating people too.
Now you're going to be on the Destination Fear, which is on the Travel Channel, and is it next week to come? It's
June
going to
3rd.
be June 3rd. And can you give us a little bit of a synopsis of what's going to happen, or what you guys?
Basically, me, Craig, and Savannah off of our team were interviewed for Destination Fear. So each of us will have that's a bad picture.
That's all I got.
Yeah. So it's kind of us telling us our experiences that we had in the asylum. So that's where the episode is. We don't really know what they had happened during their investigation. It's a surprise for us too, but I heard it was a spooky night.
All right. So where can anybody that's interested in the paranormal, how can they get a hold of you?
You can actually find us on Fox Valley Ghost Hunters on Facebook. You can find us on foxvalleyghosthunters.com. We also run a page called Wisconsin's Most Haunted Places on Facebook. Most of our pages have upward around 6,000 to 7,000 followers now. We're getting pretty high up there in numbers.
Now, Dave just moved out of his house that he raised his children in, so I'm pretty sure it's got to be haunted or there's some crazy spirits in there. So you might have permission to go back to that place and hunt and see if there's anything there.
Yeah.
You want to give a shout out to your other team members so they don't feel slighted?
But then I'm going to have to go to the bad picture. So here we go.
There
From
you
left
go.
to right?
So, yeah, Savannah Grace, Travis Clevenger, Melissa Clevenger with her eyes closed, Kara Burklaw, and myself.
All right, looking fine. All right, guys, thanks for coming on for the show. I really appreciate it, and we're looking forward to doing another project with you guys in the near future. Hopefully, we can get something going this summer. I will be in touch with you, Craig and Melissa, in a couple weeks. Sonya, I'll see you this weekend over at the Winchester Asylum, where we'll do a little dig there. RC, I'll probably never see you until Detecting the Heartland.
Yeah, we'll plan it that way.
Right. All right. Thanks for joining us, guys. From all of us at XP Team USA, you guys were watching In the Zone. I'm Dave D. He's RC Dunn. Sonya Harshman with Melissa and Craig from the Fox Valley Ghost Hunters. Good night. We'll see you next time. You in? We up?
So I'm gonna pull those both off just to be safe. It's still
Live. It's still ticking.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, we just came back for the
Yeah.
the trailers, the funny part of the show. You know, and then
It says having trouble ending broadcast.
all the bloopers. Here's another blooper for you.
Yeah.
This is the end of the show where we can't sign off.
Yeah. End broadcast. I promise. Let's end it. Please.
That was a great show. Thanks for
I want to
joining.
know why Lori Hobrecht made a sad face. She put a sad face.
Because the
Lori,
show's
why?
over. Because the show's over. Everybody's sad.
All right, I'm just going to do a hard out. I'll catch you later. We're going to do it this way later.
All right, later. Oh, I'm still in. It's all right. See, RC's the boring guy. You never really want to have RC as a co-host because, one, he doesn't know how to run live broadcast. He can't even get me out of the show without me